Down, or we're just going to come in?
Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Walking and talking with my mind. Walking, talking with my mind, stayed on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind, stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Surprise from new directions. I should try that. I should try coming in from different directions all the time, not just over here. I wonder if there are holes in the roof. Could I come from down? No, I don't want to do that. Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley. How's everyone this morning?
I have one.
Is it just me? I was just outside, so maybe it's me. It feels dark in here. It is, isn't it? Yeah.
It's just a feeling.
It is, huh? Oh, well, pump it. There you go. There, that's nice. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's probably just age, Here, wait, let me see if this helps. Wow! It's full of people. Okay, while I'm doing this, let me just check this in here. All right, so a lot of stuff. 40th anniversary. We got so many things going on. Now, one of the kickoffs of the 40th anniversary is kind of pre-anniversary. A really big launch is going to be on April 13th. That's the month that we started back in 1985. But since Dr. Jim's not going to be here in April, he's going to be sort of like the teaser. And that's going to be in 2 weeks. 3 weeks? March 9th. March 9th. Is that 2 weeks? Yeah. 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm already on Bali time. I picked out a shirt this morning. It was all Hawaiian and islandy stuff. And I said, no, don't rub it in. But maybe next week I'll wear it anyway. So Jim's going to be here, and we're going to be on the stage together. We're just going to talk about stuff and kind of look at the future, look at the past, the present, and the future, and advance that. On the 27th in April is Dr. Dennis will be here on that day. And in advance of that, I'm going to print out a list of Dr. Dennis's books. If you don't have any, or if you have any of his books, bring them when he comes. If you don't have any of his books, you can buy them, and then he's going to do a book signing that day. Well, here's what's going to happen. We're going to buy them for you. So you just say you want it, and then we'll buy it because Dennis is going to, you'll pay for it, though. Here's the deal. Dennis is going to sign the books, and he's going to give us the profits from his book signing. So we're going to be able to buy them wholesale and keep the profits for it. But so that we don't end up with a bunch of books in the library that we then end up giving away, we'd like to pre-order the books. Does that make sense? Okay, so, Dr. Jim does have a book, but Dr. Jim has not offered to give us his profits from his book. No, you're complicating things, Rob. Have more chocolate. Rob told me this morning that he took a caffeine pill. He ate chocolate this morning. Last night. He's still on the chocolate from last night. His system's a little, so when he starts praying later, we might all want to go outside and come back because he may be talking for a while. We don't know. All right, so that's why I share that. Now, it is also Black History Month. And that continues, and we will continue to celebrate Black History Month, and we'll do Asian American Pacific Islander Month, and we're going to do all the different months that are organized around our calendar throughout the year, starting with this one. And I saw something this week, heard something this week on NPR. It was called The Other Moonshot. Really interesting. There's a guy named Charlie Cheatham, Shelby Jacobs, and Nate Levert. These three black gentlemen were the first engineers. They worked at engineers at American Northrop Aviation in Downey, and they designed and built the Saturn V rocket, the second stage module, and the command module that landed on the moon. These guys were the first black engineers to do that. So if you want to listen to it, you can go to NPR, to LAS.com, and just type in The Other Moonshot. That's okay. I'm good. I'm flow. You know what? I didn't even tangent that, Darlene, but now that you said it, it got darker again. Go to LAS.com and Google The Other Moonshot. It's 4 sections of it. It's 4 episodes, but it's fascinating to see this change in our culture and what happened to bring these guys into the engineering culture for building these rockets. And then we continue this celebration of the month. Tonight, Martin and Music, 7 o'clock. Gerald Rivers and Charles Holt. These guys are amazing. Charles is going to be singing a cappella. So, I mean, there's nothing getting in the way of that beautiful voice of his. They're so excited, and Gerald's coming. He's going to do that rendering of Dr. King. It looks like when he does it, it looks like that Matrix thing where the people and then he comes out and he's Dr. King. It's absolutely amazing. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, you can buy them at the door. You can go online and buy them beforehand. Tell your friends. We really want to fill up the house. This is something that people need to see. These are stories and and history that is untold, and it's told in a way that you will not get it in any other place unless you hear it from these two guys. It's just absolutely fantastic that we're going to be doing that. And then we also continue with the Season for Nonviolence, which started on January 30th and continues through April 4th. And this week, we're focusing on this quote, which says, "To be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others." Enhancing the freedom of others. It's not just our own release, right? And so that's really a large part of what we do in our center. That's a large part of what our vision and our mission statement is really about when we start with our opening line of it, which goes like this. We're community, inclusive, loving, and authentic. We celebrate all paths to God in gratitude, empowering self and others. We serve compassionately through outreach, inspiration, and education. That's who we are. That's why we're here. And here's what we do. Reverend Rob, Dr. Chocolate.
I'll try and keep it brief. It was Trader Joe's dark chocolate covered caramels. So you understand my predicament. So we know that there is only chocolate, that back behind everything there is chocolate, and we are that chocolate. Because it's just chocolate is just, you understand, a metaphor for the divine, which is why it contains theobromine. She is privileged to live with this, and so are all of you right now. So let's be a little more metaphysical and abstract from this, rise above this, and say that there is a divine essence that we don't even know what it is, whether it's chocolate or vanilla or strawberry. We don't know, so we just call it God. So this thing that is back behind everything, it is energy, it is substance, it is creativity, and we are also it. We are created by it, and we create as it. We are divine. We create. And from this place of creativity, we create a wonderful service. We know that everything that happens this morning happens in right and perfect order. There are no mistakes. It's just more entertainment. And service. We are here in a service, receiving service, and giving service. It's the law of circulation at work. We are a blessing and we are blessed, and we carry this blessing to everyone in our circle of influence. And we're so grateful for this teaching, for these centers, for our teachers, for everything that goes into making this time and this teaching unfold for us as a community and as individuals. And so we give great thanks, and we accept this and receive this as we say, and so it is. Sorry I went over.
Chocolate. Chocolate. Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, used to think that I had to. Used to think that I should. The scripture told me I had to be good. And now I love 'cause I want to. I love 'cause I am free, minded by the Spirit. The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. is upon me. Oh, oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. 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 It's on? Hi, everybody. Hello. There it goes. Good morning. Hello to all the cosmic kids out there. I'm filling in for Miss Cindy today with lovely Krista's going to help. We have a lot of kids today. What? I am Tracy. Sorry. Lieutenant Tracy, not the captain. Lieutenant Tracy speaking for all the cosmic kids. Today we're going to talk about, do you have a worry bully? We're going to learn about being afraid, having worries, and how to push those worries away. And we have a lot of kids today, and it's going to be great. So let's all go blast off. Still green. Come on.
So it's time for our affirmation, so I will read it once, and then we will all read it together. Consciously using the radiant action of love makes me a healing presence in the world. So all together. Consciously using the radiant action of love makes me a healing presence in the world. So my reading today is from The Anatomy of Healing Prayer by Ernest Holmes. Who'd have guessed? Another skinny book. We want to become aware of our own consciousness and its absolute oneness and fusion with all that is, so that there can be nothing separate or apart from what we ourselves are, so that we know every word we speak is the presence and power and activity of the one and only, that it is in us as us, so that we realize the transcendence of it in us as us. And I read that same line twice. Hold on. Let me do this properly. We want to know that every word we speak is the presence and power and activity of the one and only that is in us as us, so that we realize the transcendence of what we are doing. That heart and mind and intellect and will and consciousness completely accept it, and that nothing within can reject it. We are aware of this, that our word is the presence and power and action of love, the living Spirit Almighty, and of perfection and peace and joy and wholeness and oneness. We are aware of the infinite and limitless joy of being, all the energy there is, all the enthusiasm there is, all the intelligence there is, all the happiness there is at the point of our consciousness and is accepted and does flow through, in, and around us effortlessly. It is the law of the being of each one of us that everything we do shall prosper, that joy shall follow us, that everything we touch shall succeed, that goodness shall surround us, that love shall flow through us to everything we touch, and healing and wholeness, that everything we touch is made whole, This is the law of each one of us. And we accept the law of our own being. We accept the realization of the light and life and power and presence and truth at the center of our being. We accept the absoluteness of that truth and our own authority in it.
Good morning. May our lives be a reflection of the love that's inside. Our eyes be the windows. We have nothing to hide. May our spirits be joyful and our hearts open wide. Gifted and giving on this spiritual ride. Love is here for the giving. Let your heart be your guide. It's your life, so start living. There is endless supply. Endless, endless supply. So reach out and touch your neighbor. Show them their worth. We are Spirit's creation. We're perfection from birth. Abundance surrounds us, there's no lack, only mirth. Gracious and grateful for our time here on earth. Love is here for the giving. Let your heart be your guide. It's your life, so start living. There is endless supply. Endless, endless supply. Endless, endless supply. Open and willing, filling with light. We are creating a beautiful life. We have the wisdom, kindness and grace, lifting and healing the whole human race. We have all that is needed. We are part of the source. Endless extensions of a powerful force. Eternally given all we need and much more. Give back, pay it forward. Even the score. Love is here for the giving. Let your heart be your guide. It's your life, so start living. There is endless supply. Endless, endless supply. Love is here for the giving. Let your heart be your guide. It's your life, so start living. There is endless supply. Endless, endless supply. Endless, endless supply. Endless, endless supply. Nice job, guys. Good job, guys.
So when you breathe in, you breathe out, and then you relax. You don't just breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. There's a pause in there. that space can be a conscious connection with the divine. So we're going to go into the gap, that conscious awareness of the divine, and we'll be in there for 3 minutes. And at the end of that quiet time, then Karie will play us out. Thank you. So that's meditation, is just being consciously aware of something, of whatever it is you're doing. So it doesn't have to be a special time in a special place and going and sitting in the dark with a candle. It can just be at a stoplight or when you pick up a fork. Anything can be a call to meditation. Namaste.
Wouldn't I love to open up and share my heart with you? And wouldn't the world be an awesome place if everybody else did too? Wouldn't I love to reach right out and touch touch somebody's soul, knowing inside there's only one of us. Together we all make one whole. Love irresistible, love transformational, love irresistible. Wouldn't I love to look inside and find I'm part of you? And in your eyes I'd see the best of me, mirroring this truth. Love irresistible, love transformational, love irresistible. We can all make the world a better place by embracing inner peace. Open our hearts and let us realize that the streams within our reach. Love irresistible, love transformational, love irresistible. Sing that with me. Love irresistible, love transformational, love undeniable, love.
Karie Hillery. Thank you, Karie. Beautiful. Love is irresistible. So fun. Let's see. Ta-da. Spirit's thermostat. That's you. That's you. We are that. We are that. And it's great to be that. Now, the challenge is a lot of folks are more like Spirit's thermometer. You know, the thermometer measures the temperature. The thermostat sets the temperature. But many of us go around responding to the temperature, responding to the atmosphere. But we have the ability to control the atmosphere through our thoughts, through our relationship with the divine. See, now Spirit has it covered. Spirit's idea is that everything's all good, and life is filled with love, which is that irresistible quality that Karie was just talking about. But we miss our connection to that frequently because we are so easily drawn by the atmosphere that's already taken place when we get to the space that we're in. You know? So we become like the thermometer rather than be that thing that we are, that deeper thing, that thermostat. Like mom is kind of a thermostat. She sets the temperature, the atmosphere in the home. Some moms. Sometimes it's dad. Or teachers do that very well. They set the atmosphere. They set the tone, right? The ancient sages and the wisdom keepers of all time, they set the tone for what's going on. And then we respond. We respond to that tone. We become the temperature. We become the thermometers in that situation. I'm talking about leaders and followers, but we are all actually leaders in our own way. We all get to lead a certain way in our lives, and that's the beautiful part. And it's easy going when it's easy to do that when the going's easy. But when life becomes like a country song, it gets hard. when when your wife leaves you, your husband leaves you, or you lose that special job, or the bill comes in and you just spent the last bit of money that you have, well, that's when it's rough, When the market takes a downturn. Or you're a kid in the store and they go having a tantrum or something and you're feeling all embarrassed and suddenly you get flushed all over, your temperature goes up in those situations, or someone insults you. But see, there's that thing inside of us that can change that situation. There is that spiritual thermostat inside that can get us back to that still point, to the peace that passes all understanding. And we have a connection to that because we are the expression of the divine. You see, spirit being a thermostat really doesn't do any good without all of us actually being on the wall of life and living the experiences, right? And setting that tone, setting that opportunity for us to be those deeper things. But we live in a culture that is very much anti-thermostat sign. It's all about thermometers. It's really, you look at the news, it's out there getting you ready to react. Even the shows. I mean, I love my shows. I was watching one of my little favorite shows the other day. I was watching the new Jack Reacher's out, and there's got this tense little scene, and there I am. I'm getting all fired up, There's the show being the thermometer, the thermostat, and I'm the thermometer. What's going to happen, Jack? Don't go in there. You're going to get beat up. Well, he's not going to get beat up, big old guy. But you know what I'm saying, But also, another thing too is I did it. I went on Facebook this week. Oh man, people are putting people down. People are shaming people. It was very hard to find folks who are trying to lift anybody up. They're just in derision and confusion and argument and condemnation and all that kind of stuff and bullying. And that's why, the worry bully, I mean, I wish I was back there with them today to deal with the worry bully, because we have these thoughts in our heads that try to be the thermostats in our brain, and they affect our attitude, becoming the thermometer, making us the thermometer to those thoughts. But we don't have to respond to the contagion that's out there of separation that's going on. We don't have to respond to the bully in our thoughts. You don't have to respond to the bully that's on the social media posts. We don't have to get angry about that. We don't have to be fearful about anything, because we are part of Spirit's thermostat. There's something within us that knows how to move beyond these places of separation that are calling us to feel uncomfortable. We have to remember that and get plugged into it. Life is telling us to be less than authentic, but our authentic self knows. When somebody trips and falls, your hand automatically goes out to try and stop them from falling to the ground. We know. When you see the homeless person on the street, something in you says, I want to do something about that. You may not know right then in that moment what it is to do, but something says, this isn't right. When you see injustice, you know this isn't right. See, that spirit in you, being a thermostat, saying, respond, set your temperature up a little bit, get engaged somewhat, right? The antidote to all of this that I'm talking about is this thing called love, that irresistible thing. That's why we're doing it in the month of February. That love is where we learn about tolerance. That love is where we learn about understanding. That love is where we learn about compassion, acceptance. But without it, we see what happens without the love. We see evidence of it all around us. Division. Division within ourselves. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to respond. I don't know what to go. Spinning. We see the separation with ourselves from others. We see it between groups. And we see how easy it is to fill our lives up with criticism, to fill our lives up with condemnation, to fill our lives up with judgment. But there is an antidote. There is a spiritual thermostat within us that is the antidote to that. That place that Rob was telling us that we took ourselves to together shortly ago, when we just get quiet and get still and listen within. Listen within. Dr. Holmes has a lovely book called Effective Prayer. And he says, love does not overcome hate and fear through controversy. It does not overcome hate and fear through argument or through force, but by a subtle power of transformation, transmutation, and sublimation. Sublimation is very interesting. Sublimation from a psychological perspective is when we use our more mature coping skills, when we respond to emotional situations with something that is deeper within us, when we redirect our impulses and control our internal atmosphere. It's something that seems almost magical in effect. Sublimation from a chemical perspective is dry ice. There it is, ice. And it doesn't transform into water. It becomes vapor. That's sublimation. You don't have to go through, when you go emotionally sublimation, you don't have to go through all the various stages. You could just go from anger straight to love, straight to joy, like the vapor. Quick, easy, right? We're so easily influenced. We get it. You go somewhere and you go, there's weird vibes here. My spidey sense tells me something is not right. Can't put my finger on it, but I know things are afoul in this place. When that happens, we have a choice. We can let the spidey sense weird vibe send our temperature up and respond to it like a thermometer, or we can choose that sublimation idea, that transformation. We can transmutate and decide, this is the time for some thermostating on my space. This is time for me to go into the room and to carry myself in such a way that I change the temperature in this space. We have that power. We have that within us. Now, brain science doesn't work on our favor in this regard. We got the amygdala. It's on the lookout. Danger, danger. It's fast. It's quick. It just happens. A little slower and a smaller piece in the brain, the hippocampus, it's saying not hippocampus, it's the hypothalamus. It's saying, hey, wait a minute. This might be a time for sublimation. This might be a time for transformation, but it takes a second for that to happen. So we have to train ourselves to remember that first spot, that primitive space, that amygdala space. Whoa, dude, I hear you, I got you, but wait a minute, there's something coming online. My spiritual thermostat is saying, no, I don't need to respond to this that way. I can be that peace within. I can use the habit to transform against the training, against the anti-braining that says, but no, I can invite a love response instead. But again, it takes practice. It takes practice to go beyond the differences and let that be the determiner in our life, and to find that point of reconciliation, that point of reintegration, that point of union, that point of unity, that point of community. It takes a moment. Give yourself that moment. And recognize it. See, we have to get into the habit of recognizing, my first thought might not be actually a God thought, but my second thought is. And we got to get our space to take a breath. And this is a good time in our culture, in our world, to take a breath. So many things flying at us so quickly, and people are responding like their hair is on fire. And it's not. It's just a moment to take a breath. Take a breath. We got to start with ourselves. We got to start with ourselves. We got to start with accepting all of ourselves, accepting our own humanity, including that part that wants to jump on board the train and go flying down the highway of crazy to crazy town. We got to remember that no, I'm going to take the next train and go to Peaceville instead. We got to accept our whole humanity without reservation and understand that everybody's not going to be on the same train that we're on, and find some tolerance and compassion for that, and some curiosity around that. Get rid of the blame stuff. Step into a different way of being. Dr. Holmes goes on to say that when we are able to reach out beyond the indifferences and the coldness of life, reach through all of the intolerance and the unkindness, only then do we meet that divine center which is forever established within every person. See? But there's a journey there. There's a journey there. We got to go through the intolerance. We got to go through the stuff that makes us get rigid about experiences. We got to go through there so we can breathe into the divine center. And we all have that. We talked about that in the morning prayer this morning. We were all standing around talking about beer. We're all in the center of the universe at the same time. Somebody said, what did you say, Lane? We're in the center of the center? We got into a debate about that because the center here probably only has one center. So I think only one person can be in the center of the center. But while that one person is the center of the center, we're all still in the center of the universe. Whoa, how crazy is that? Because the divine is at the center of us. That's a beautiful thing. And there's so much power in that. I know that was a crazy tangent, wasn't it, Jeff? Jeff's like, what is he talking about? There he goes again. But I like the idea that we can touch that space, that it's within every one of us. And by knowing that, that can be that key into tolerance. That can be that key into understanding. That can be that key into compassion. That can be that key into unity. Knowing that everybody has the divine center. God doesn't choose favorites. We're all in this thing called life together. Even though the world is fostering confusion a lot of the time, love again becomes the antidote. It's the way to be the thermostat affecting the thermometer, overcoming hate and fear. I mean, you take light. There's a dark room. Bring a candle in there. You know what's going to happen? It's going to light up. It's a cold room. You light a fire. You know what's going to happen? It's going to warm up. You know, when you bring this change, that same's going to happen. When you bring in the radiant power of love, it's going to dissipate the fear. It's going to change. It's going to transmute the anger. It's going to sublimate the confusion. But it comes back to ourselves always. It comes back to the conscious choice. We can choose easily to put the head in the sand. It's so easy to do. I mean, there's 140 channels and rows of chocolate at Trader Joe's. And, for me, I was like, there's vanilla ice cream, except this time of year when the Love Potion 31 is out of Baskin-Robbins, which is the best ice cream on the planet. There's so many diversions out there. It's easy to stick our head in the sand. It's not easy to be the thermostat. It's much easier to be the thermometer. So I'm asking us to be that, the thermostat, not the thermometer. I'm asking us to do the hard work of being unity and community. To be the person that overcomes the darkness, to be the person that warms the cold heart, to be the person that brings radiant love, to dissipate the fear, to subligate the confusion, to transform the hate. It begins with accepting who we are, every part of us, embracing our histories, all of the histories, the untold histories, the herstories, if you want to say that, because there's that too, The history of women's commitment in the world is not that celebrated either. There's so many areas, and we ignore that. And we ignore that to our peril because internally we can't ignore it. It's still a part of us. It happens. It shows up. That's why we get charged by so many of these things. The stuff that we ignore, what you resist will persist. And even on the unconscious level, right? These things are actually true. So as we embrace those histories, then we get to a place where we can choose to take some action. And that choice, that's love in action. That's the practice of love. Making the choice to take the action after the contemplation, after the pause, for the second thought. Believing and trusting in ourselves, knowing that ourselves are part of the self, part of that divine center. Listening deeply to that divine. And when we do, it imparts its truth to us. And Jim Carrey tells a story about his dad. Jim Carrey was kind of like my brother, T. Michael. He was always an entertainer. When people would come over, they'd always tell my brother, come into the room and tell him some jokes, do a story, tell him something, and Steve, read a poem. But Jim Carrey was that guy. He was the entertainer guy that would come into the room, And his father encouraged him to be an entertainer. And later in life, Jim found out that his dad wanted to be a comedian, but he didn't think it was a good way to make a living for his family, to support his family, so he took a safe job as an accountant. He wanted to be a good provider. And that job worked for about 10 or 12 years, and then he got fired from that job, and he couldn't get another job as an accountant. And they struggled for a long time. And then Jim Carrey took from that, he says, you need to do what you want to do in life, because you can fail at what you don't want to do, so you might as well fail at what you want to do if you're going to fail. But the point of that is we need to be our authentic selves. We need to be we're called here to be thermostats, not thermometers. And if you're going to fail at being a thermostat, great, because that's what your authentic self is being called forth to do. Why fail at being a thermometer? I mean, everybody can be that. That's easy. It's hard to be who you are because you're a unique individualized expression. And to carry it really farther, when those thermostats go bad, we just plug a new battery into them and they work out again. And I'm thinking, if your thermostat, if you fail at something, that's all right. Just plug into the divine center and you will get power that will allow you to move again into the next phase of what is ever coming to you. Dr. Holmes says that with a good-natured flexibility with yourself, learn to rise from confusion into peace, from sadness into joy, turn to the light within. Turn to the light within. If you say, I'm going to go out there and be a thermostat. I failed at it. That's okay. Turn to the light within. Plug into that divine circuit, and you'll get power again, and you can go back out and set some more temperatures. This is how it works. This is grace. Grace works. Spirit is there to give us grace. See, we're divine. Your divine connection is your thermostat. That is your thermostat. Be and do as you want to do. Don't be like Jim's dad. Be like Jim. Do what you're called to do. Be spirit-led. Spirit-guided. Recognize. And recognize that the people around us, they're all doing the best they can. They're doing the best they can. Give some grace to them as well. I think that it's a good thing to personally start with an inner revolution. If any of the things I've said to you are sparking anything, then begin the action of putting this stuff into action in your life. Begin with an inner revolution. And when others' thermostats or thermometers are on high, then you could be the thermostat to chill things out. And it's easy to do. There are some steps we can take. Like when you feel that everybody is like going, then give a gentle nod to the person whose temperature is up really high. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. And soften your eyes. You know that look. Don't do that. People say something, you're like, what? No, the temperature's going to go up. No, be the thermostat. They say something, you feel like going, no, you go like, oh, wow, yeah, tell me about that. Tell me about that. Temperature's going down. Lean in a little bit. Temperature's going down. Temperature's going down. Lower your voice. Use an intentional tonal quality. Come to Florence Riggs. She'll help you figure out how to do that tonal quality thing. Temperature's going down. We have the ability to bring the temperature down. But we have to choose to do that. We have to stay in our power. I love that phrase. Be still and know that I am God. But I like to back away from it. It's a wonderful practice, a wonderful meditative practice. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know I. Be still and know. Be still. Be. Wow. Just be. Thich Nhat Hanh in The Art of Living says that once we started a revolution in our own consciousness, it will bring radical change in our family, our community, but first, we must be determined to change our way of living. We must be determined to just be a thermostat. And so it is. I like this graphic too, right? Consciously, let's do it. Consciously using the radiant action of love makes me a healing presence in the world. Doesn't that feel good to think about being that? We are. That means we're like world doctors without a boat in the ocean. You know that boat, the doctor boat thing? Yeah. Not drowning. That's another image I really enjoy. That's very peaceful. And the light reveals a truth that resides in each and every one of us. Let's reveal that truth for ourselves today. Let's open our minds to the divine center within and recognize that we each are that healing presence, revealing truth, revealing wholeness, revealing compassion, acceptance, tolerance, understanding, justice. all the things that this nation stands for, all these things that Spirit stands for, all these things that we here benefit from and enjoy living from. And it can be condensed down into one thing: love. So as I speak that word of love for each and every one of us, I know that we take this power of radiant love within us. We take this power of spiritual knowing within us. We take this divine center within us, and we allow it to radiate out into the world as a healing presence. We know when we get still, we are Spirit-led, knowing then what to do, where to do it, how to do it, when to do it, and why we're doing it. And with that sense of purpose, we walk with intention out into the world, and we become those change agents for good, for ourselves and for the community and for the globe at large. Whether it be that simple relationship on a personal, intimate level, whether it is a relationship within our community, whether it is a relationship with the planet. We're talking about looking for health in our bodies. We find that from that divine center when we activate that unity experience. It all comes down to that radiant power of love. So as I feel that energy radiating out from each and every person here, I know it is divine. I know it is something that is received by Spirit as a sense of yesness. And we take it and we use it and we become it here and now. Releasing this word into that infinite law that always says yes and knows what to do. We get to be the doers, and we do it with joy. I affirm it as we say together, and so it is.
I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am divinity defined. I am God on the inside. I am the star, a piece of it all. I am light. 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 I am light.
Yes, divine lights. We have various ways of supporting our spiritual community. These are on the screen. You know them well. Other ways to support is to share your time, talent, and treasure. Come tonight and share your time and hear some treasure as we see some talent, right? Yes, indeed. We also know that there are some ways we can affirm this truth about ourselves and all that happens in our life through affirmation of abundance, which is a strong way of bringing these realities into our experience. Let's do it together. Divine love, it's doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for the world. Center for Spiritual Living, Simi Valley, and me now. Divine love prevails. Yes, it does. So do all of our events that are taking place, which are going to be on the screen here, all kinds of ways to participate in things we do, as well as show up to help at the center, like maybe on the cleaning crew or something like that. All right, thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda. Oh, thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda. Enjoy. Thank you, Karie.
We are so grateful. We are so blessed. And we accept these gifts and these offerings and that used to support our center and support our community and support the world. The law of circulation continues, and so it is.
Wherever the road takes me, I got to follow it along. See a brand new country, go singing my songs. Spread a little sunshine on these stormy seas. Wherever the road takes me, that's where I'll be. Wherever my heart leads me, I just got to go. Driving just the highway, play another show. I don't know the reason, but I got to believe. Wherever my heart leads me, that's where I'll be. Wherever my life leads me, I'm gonna go with a smile. Share tears and laughter, all that makes life worthwhile. When I take a new road, I'm gonna travel in peace. Wherever my life leads me, that's where I'll be. Yeah, wherever my life leads me, that's where I'll be.
All right. Yes, indeed. Boom. All righty. Time for some thank yous. It's so wonderful. We have such a sweet community that helps get everything on the road. And of course, today it was Costa Francides leading our service team. He's leading the Lindas. That would be Moore and Romano. Thank you so much for your support. Glenn, good work, my man. Sound, stage, signs, door fixing. Steve and Glenn fixed that door. I'm saying it was so. I closed the door and it came down behind me. Oh, the door's fixed! Yay! All right. Oh, it looks like Ron did the signs today. You didn't do the signs? Oh, you're doing it after. Okay, you get half a sign credit. Okay, all right. Hey, thank you, Olivia. Solo up in the booth today. Olivia Dagestanian. Okay, John Mizialco. Thank you, my friend. The Maz on the slides. Okay, we've got the Lieutenant Tracy back there with Ambassador Krista Burtz with the kids. So lovely to have this. The manifestation of children showing up is just wonderful, and the energy is fantastic. So thank Mom and Dad, for bringing your kids. We love having them here. Let's see, we've got in the office, Reverend Nancy and Cheryl. Thank you so much for your support after service. Looks like fellowship's going to be hot today. Costa's on the coffee. Diane Klimzak. We've got also Lisa and Jack and Lena. Thank you so much. We got there's some surprises will be waiting. Thank you for that. It's always great to have Karie here. Good music, great energy. Yes, indeed.
Thinking about chocolate.
You still think about chocolate? Yeah, we're all going for chocolate afterwards. Absolutely. Steve Fowler, shredding it today. Bob Townley, thump, thump, thump. And Randy Jones, thank you so much. And Lane Taylor holding down the fort for the L's today. Thank you, Lane. All right, so this week on the cleaning crew was Kathy, Denise, and Gloria. Thank you so much for that. And the drum circle, Reverend Nancy and Ellen. How'd it go? How was it? Yeah? Good. Small but mighty. That's working. I love it. Oh, nice. It's so good to have those activities on our Fridays. Okay, so tonight, come on out, Martin and Music. Invite a friend, invite a couple of friends, all right? Tell your neighbors, come on down for that. Tickets available at the door. Oh, and somebody asked about some children. They wanted to bring their kids, and, $10 for the kids, all right? So if you want to bring the kids, because they can enjoy this, especially young teens, this is something they need to hear about. So bring them along too. Reverend Rob.
Chocolate.
Restorative yoga next. Oh, thank you. Yeah, next Friday, restorative yoga. Yes, exactly. Have chocolate all week and then come for yoga on Friday. Really?
Oh, I could do that.
Just lay there and meditate? You mean you don't have to twist or pretzel? Oh, I might.
So you have to stay awake.
I love that. You could come to that and eat chocolate at the same time. That's great. Look what you've done.
It's just a manifestation of what is.
Yeah, you're out of control.
Chocolate.
God's in control.
What are you going to be doing after service?
I will be doing treatments for anybody who
And
wants
chocolate.
one.
Treats for anybody who wants them.
Yeah, whatever.
That's good. I love it. And don't forget, you can also put a prayer request in.
And Darlene has
And Darlene is out there flashing her sign.
music. Oh,
That's it. Let's stand and do our closing benediction, and we shall do some singing. I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love. Yes, indeed. Oh, it's the last Sunday. That's right. Let there be peace on earth, and let it
Begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our center, loved ones all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
All right, see you later. See you soon.